Do you have one? We play you guys tomorrow night anyway. We're West A. Doesn't Hampton play West Allegheny tomorrow night? Yeah. They try to balance out. Yeah, last year we did. But it's never fun.
Back again here at the RMU Island Sports Center in Greater Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Matt Popchock, Brian Mitchell. Warm-ups underway for the PIHL Class-AA All-Star Games 2020 edition. Earlier you saw the Class-A All-Stars play to a 9-5 score that favored the Blue All-Stars as they defeated the Gold All-Stars. And just to bring our audience up to speed that might be just joining us for the Class-AA game, the blue team is blue in name only, as you can probably surmise. The blue team will be wearing its dark jerseys off to our left, and Off to our right in predominantly white jerseys will be the gold team. And we'll get to your official PIHL Class-AA All-Star rosters now. And an interesting sort on both sides, really. Pretty much every team in the classification represented, and it's been a heck of a season so far in Class-AA. Of course, Quaker Valley, Baldwin, Plum, and Latrobe, the division leaders going into the All-Star break. Some very familiar names in that pack. And so let's take a look at your Class-AA, pardon me, Blue Team All-Stars. For the Class-AA Blue squad, we will have in goal today a rotation of West Allegheny Junior Josh Ferry, Quaker Valley Senior Colin Rice, and Baldwin Senior 35 Tanner Sindrich. On defense for the Blue squad, we have from Hempfield Trent Gray wearing number 4. From Penn Trafford, Ethan Tamborski wearing number 9. From Montour, Dusty Garrigat wearing number 45. From Armstrong, Noah Oliver wearing number 61. From Latrobe, Derek Pertansky wearing number 72, and wearing number 76 representing Mars, Hudson Finn. The forwards for the Class-AA Team Blue All-Stars, Trey Junker, a junior from Taylor, wearing number 3. Alex Keller, a South Fayette sophomore, wearing number 5. From Baldwin, number 8, Keith Reed. From Montour, number 9, Anthony Migliozzi. From Latrobe, number 11, Cole Ferry. From Armstrong, number 16, Lance Quinnell. From Plum, number 17, Nick Kushik. From Quaker Valley, number 19, Josh Bemis. From Hempfield, number 27, Christian Konechka. From Latrobe, number 45, Jared Stein. From West Allegheny, number 50, Shane Nolan. And rounding out the forward lineup for Team Blue, number 71, Kevin Kanich of Franklin Regional. The Blue squad will be coached by a young man we talked about before, leading this current trend of ex-players becoming head coaches in the Pennsylvania Interscholastic Hockey League, Josh Werner, the bench boss for the undefeated in regulation Latrobe Wildcats. He is assisted by John Weinbrenner of Franklin Regional, Chris Cerruti of Penn Trafford, and Mike Kennedy of West Allegheny. And taking a look at your Team Gold All-Stars for the Class-AA contest coming up in about 17 minutes and change. In goal for Team Gold today, we will have a rotation of number 31, Greg Irons, a Latrobe senior. Number 35, Gordon McCurdy, a Meadville junior. And number 37, Manny Mitchell, a Mars senior. On defense for the Gold squad, number 3, Paul Zamuda from Baldwin. Number 21, Max Quinn of Quaker Valley. The Quinn family, of course, famous for building the Quaker Valley varsity program literally from scratch in the mid-1990s. Number 28, Ethan Prue of Armstrong, a junior. Number 48, Line of Moon. Number 51, Nick Bandy of West Allegheny. And number 75, Lane Ruffner of Latrobe. Now the forwards for the Gold squad in the Class-AA All-Star Game will be from Latrobe, representing the Wildcats, number 8, Alex Walker. Number 9, from West A, Nick Sweet. Number 10, from Hempfield, Matt Trzynski. Number 14, from Plum, Logan Schlegel. Number 16, from West A, Jacob Giorgio. Number 17, from Penn Trafford, Ryan Mickey. Number 20, from South Fayette, Ethan Zamansky. Number 30, from Baldwin, Dylan Bielak. The only freshman on either All-Star squad today, number 38, Joey Pankowski of those scrappy Hampton Talbots. Number 67, Trent London of Franklin Regional. Number 91, Zach Rendilla of Hempfield. And finally, from the Montour Hockey Spartans, number 93, Michael Felsing. Baldwin head coach Justin Glock, who has led the Highlanders to a very successful first half, if you will. 12-0 mark, a Class AA best, 78 goals scored. He is the team goal coach in today's AA tilt. And he will be assisted by Hempfield's Eric Grant, Montour's Clay Shell, and Plum's Phil Maines. So those are your all-star rosters. And as far as players to watch are concerned, a lot of them on both sides. Josh Bemis of Quaker Valley going to be on the blue squad today with 20 goals on the season, most among all Class AA forwards. And on the other side for the Class AA Gold Squad, aside from the great goaltending that we told you about a little while ago, we have Michael Felsing of Montour, who leads Class AA in points with 41 of those. And Felsing wearing number 93 in white today for the Gold Squad. So all in all, a pretty stacked contest on both sides. And some very talented teams being represented here today. And we told you about Baldwin. They're undefeated. Latrobe, generally undefeated. One overtime loss notwithstanding. But Latrobe has the most points in Class AA, so that's not an unfamiliar sight to see them at the top of the standings. And in the Northwest Division, you've got everybody chasing Quaker Valley. So in that respect, nothing has changed since I went away.
I'll tell you what, in that Northwest Division, sorry, I'm going to jump in on you there. Meadville has come on strong lately, and they have a game in hand, and Quaker Valley has been running, but it's going to be a little closer than most people think the rest of the way. I think that Meadville is going to be able to close in. They split their season series already, so.
And it's interesting, yes, it's interesting that Jordan McCurdy in goal is going to be representing the Bulldogs today because he has won, to your point, his last 3 starts. And one of his teammates, all-star teammates, Danny Mitchell of Mars, has a .938 save percentage in his last 3 games, so he's played very well for Mars. And those 2 teams are battling for playoff positioning in the Northwest Division, and they will be doing so opposite each other. They play each other on Monday.
It's going to be fun. I mean, we talked about the parity in the single A game, and when we move into the double A, it's just getting, yes, your Baldwins and your Latrobes are maybe pulling away from a lot of it, but all it takes is one game in the postseason. You see your big teams that are run. I mean, do we have a Pine Richland from last year this year? Time will tell, because a lot of the games, Latrobe just dropped that game to Hampton in overtime. So did Pine Richland last year. So in the double A, it could be anybody. Baldwin still doesn't have the mark against them at this point. So we'll see how we continue to move along. And you were mentioning that, but the parity is there in double A.
Absolutely. And on the Class AA Blue squad, we have a PIHL Player of the Month from the month of December, Cole Ferry, who I talked about for Latrobe. 3rd in AA with 34 points coming into the All-Star break. His 19 goals on the season are 2nd most in the classification. And on the other side, for the Gold Squad, talked a little bit about the goaltenders. We talked about Felsing a little bit. Alex Walker, also of Latrobe, is going to be playing opposite Cole Ferry today. Walker, one of the premier setup men in Class AA, 21 assists, good for a 2nd place tie in Class AA. So we saw how interesting it is the first couple games when teammates are kind of thrown opposite each other. We had players scoring on their own goaltenders. We should see more of that controlled chaos here coming up in about 11 minutes or so.
And that's my favorite, explanation of what you're about to see is controlled chaos. You're about to see teammates facing teammates. You're going to see friends. Maybe they play AAA together, play against each other in the PIHL, playing together here today. It's going to be a lot of fun. all around. I hope you enjoy it today. Yeah, wow, I can't wait for this one. This is the one I was waiting for. Like, you could say AAA, you could say single A. This is the game I was waiting for because pure offensive talent, it's all over the place here in the AA. So, whew, we have a lot of fun here.
As a broadcaster of greater repute once said, "Oh, what chaos." And we'll have a little bit of it coming up along with formal team introductions, the national anthem, and puck drop here on the island with Brian Mitchell, Matt Popchock, PIHL Class AA All-Star Game live on Pittsburgh Hockey Digest, Berg Hockey Live, coming at you in just a little bit.
gentleman coming out on the ice right now is David Haig. He is the official photographer of the PIHL. We will join the PA announcer for the introductions.
Today, the Pennsylvania Interscholastic Hockey League presents the 2020 PIHL Varsity Class-2A All-Star Games. Okay, fans, get on your feet as we welcome to the ice the All-Stars for Team Blue. On the bench for Team Blue, head coach Josh Warner of Greater Latrobe. Assistant coach John Weinbrenner of Franklin Regional. Assistant coach Chris Cerruti of Penn Trafford. And assistant coach Mike Kennedy of West Allegheny. And now our All-Stars for Team Blue. Junior goaltender from West Allegheny, number 20, Josh Berry. Senior goaltender from Quaker Valley, number 32, Colin Rice. Senior goaltender from Baldwin, number 35, Tanner Sindrich. Senior defenseman from Hempfield, number 4, Trent Gray. Senior defenseman from Penn Trafford, number 9, Ethan Tamborski. Senior defenseman from Montour, number 45, Dustin Gergash. Junior defenseman from Armstrong, number 61, Noah Oliver. Senior defenseman from Greater Latrobe, number 72, Derek Hertinsky. Senior defenseman from Mars, number 76, Hudson Finn. Junior forward from Shaler, number 3, Trey Junker. Sophomore forward from South Fayette, number 5, Alex Keller. Junior forward from Baldwin, number 8, Keith Reed. Junior forward from Montour, number 9, Anthony Migliozzi. Senior forward from Greater Latrobe, number 11, Cole Berry. Sophomore forward from Armstrong, number 16, Lance Quinnell. Senior forward from Plum, number 17, Nick Pushin. Senior forward from Quaker Valley, number 19, Josh Bemis. Senior forward from Hempfield, number 27, Christian Konechka. Senior forward from Greater Latrobe, number 45, Jared Stein. Senior forward from West Allegheny, number 50, Shane Nolan. Senior forward from Franklin Regional, number 71, Kevin Kakinak. All right, fans, make some more noise as we introduce the All-Stars for Team Gold. On the bench for Team Gold, head coach Justin Block of Baldwin. Assistant coach Eric Grant of Hempfield. Assistant coach Clay Shell of Montour. And assistant coach Bill Maines of Plum. And now the All-Star players for Team Gold. Senior goaltender from Greater Latrobe, number 31, Greg Irons. Junior goaltender from Meadville, number 35, Jordan McCurdy. Senior goaltender from Mars, number 33, Danny Mitchell.
Danny's on his team.
Senior defenseman from Baldwin, number 3, Paul Zamuda. Sophomore defenseman from Quaker Valley, number 21, Max Quinn. Junior defenseman from Armstrong, number 28, Ethan Prue. Senior defenseman from Moon, number 48, Quentin Line. Senior defenseman from West Allegheny, number 51, Nick Banda. Senior defenseman from Greater Latrobe, number 75, Lane Ruffner. Junior forward from Greater Latrobe, number 8, Alex Walker. Junior forward from West Allegheny, number 9, Nick Sweet. Senior forward from Hempfield, number 10, Matt Trzynski. Senior forward from Plum, number 14, Logan Schlegel. Senior forward from West Allegheny, number 16, Jacob Geargun. Senior forward from Penn Trafford, number 17, Ryan Mickey. Junior forward from South Fayette, number 20, Ethan Samansky. Junior forward from Baldwin, number 30, Dylan Belak. Freshman forward from Hampton, number 38, Joey Pankowski. Senior forward from Franklin Regional, number 67, Trent London. Sophomore forward from Hempfield, number 91, Zach Radilla. Junior forward from Montour, number 93, Michael Belsey. Hey fans, let's hear it for your 2020 PIHL Class-2A All-Stars. And now to honor America and those who serve her, please remain standing and direct your attention towards the flag for the playing of our national anthem.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in them, gave proof through the night
Fans, the PIHL promotes good sportsmanship and upholds
And
the
Jeff
USA
Jimerson,
Hockey zero tolerance
once again.
policy. Please respect the exciting game of
As
hockey
we
by
come to
cheering for
expect
your
last
team
year,
and
it
treating
was,
all participants in a positive manner. Thank you for your support of our student athletes.
I'm
And
sorry
enjoy
my
the
wife
All-Star
isn't here to
Game.
help me out on that one.
Yeah, so it's definitely Jimerson this year. So definitely got a lot going on. But of course, what's in front of us now, AA All-Star Game. Mr. Popchock.
With Brian Mitchell, I am Matt Popchock, and it is the PIHL Class-AA All-Star event back here at Colonials Arena inside the RMU Island Sports Center. Again, Team Blue wearing dark sweaters will move from left to right on your computer or mobile device to begin the game, and Team Gold, wearing predominantly white jerseys, will move right to left. In goal for the Gold team, it is Greg Irons of Greater Latrobe with a pair of shutouts, 142 goals against, second in Class AA, 924 save percentage is third. He and Vinny Amatucci, who is not here today, have 6 wins apiece. They got a Murray-Jari thing going on up there in Latrobe, and it's working beautifully for Josh Werner's team as we are underway here in the Class AA game. Moving it back the other way for the blue team for Baldwin is Keith Reed, the junior forward, I beg your pardon. Dusty Garagach unable to keep it in at the right point. Team Gold coming back quickly in transition, but it appears that Matt Trzynski of Hempfield was just a hair offside.
Just a bit offside there for Trzynski. And yeah, you talk about it, and I don't know what's in the water at Latrobe right now, but the goaltending has just been continually. It was Ryan Powell a couple seasons ago, Gage handwork last year, and now you have Irons and Amatucci doing wonders in the net for the squad.
And at the other end, we have Colin Rice, the Quaker Valley senior, 894 save percentage, 5th best among Class A regulars. His 7 victories on the season are 4th best. And coming off a very nice outing here against Moon, 35 save effort back on January the 20th. And Quaker Valley, one of those teams, as we have a chance the other way, and Quaker Valley's netminder conceding a goal to Hempfield's Matt Trzynski. Speak of the devil comes calling. He atones for the offside play by burying the first goal of the Class AA All-Star Game 56 seconds in. Trzynski, 17 goals on the year, tied for 4th in AA and 5th currently in overall scoring in AA with 29 points. Nice little snipe there from the right side.
Oh, absolutely. He earned a nickname last season from me. It was Matty. He earned the Matty Hattie moniker last season. He just scored at will for Hempfield the previous year, and this year you're just seeing it again in the All-Star game.
And I talk about Rice because that's something I think we're going to have to focus on the second half of the season, the stretch run, if you will, for Quaker Valley, because they've always been able, or at least they've presented themselves as the team that always outguns their competition. And the Quakers have scored 45 goals, sure enough, in 14 games. But behind that great offense, they've always had an elite goaltender that could still win you hockey games if the offense, for whatever reason, was off its game. And Rice's numbers are certainly numbers that he's going to look to improve and build upon as we get closer and closer to the Penguins Cup playoffs. And there might come an occasion where the Quakers need him to steal a game somewhere along the way. So good experience for him, seeing some of the best forwards in his classification.
Yep, you see everybody in this league and every classification this year, so you're going to be able to see them at least once. But it's nice to get them all in one place to see what they're capable of.
With it defensively is Latrobe's Derek Hertansky. And now coming the other way for the goal team is Logan Schlegel, the plum forward. Gets the puck deep as both teams are changing bodies here. 14:45 to go, first period. And it is Team Gold with a 1-0 lead on the Matt Trzynski tally. With it now for the Gold squad, and absolutely flying is Ethan Zemansky of South Fayette before he loses control of the puck and runs out of space in the process. Coming the other way in transition for the blue team is Hudson Finn of Mars. Finn unable to gain the Team Gold blue line, however, and it'll be Max Quinn going D to D with Paul Zamuda of Baldwin. Zamuda with 12 points in 12 games, a classic stay-at-home defenseman for the Highlanders, but also capable of chipping in offensively. Bemis coming in over the line, lost the puck to his QV teammate Quinn. Now Zamuda with it behind Greg Irons. Gets it near side to Zemansky, and it comes up the other end to Trent Gray, the senior of Hempfield, playing defense here for the blue team. Now the puck comes near side for Nick Pushik. Pushik over the line, centering play, shot, score! And Josh Bemis, the leading goal getter in Class-AA, nuzzles that nylon one more time. 21 unofficially, of course, for him to go with his 20 in PIHL competition. And it is 1-1 with 13:32 to go in the first.
He's able to get the puck in front of the net and just roof it over Irons. And whew, I'll tell you what, it's a different world for Irons this year. That defense for Latrobe isn't there completely, so he's going to have to get used to it out there. It's going to be a little more wide open than he's used to.
The Wildcats, normally such a great defensive team too, only scored upon 16 times. They have the #1 team defense in Class-AA going into the All-Star break. And as I said in pregame, that's nothing new. Latrobe, a dominant team in pretty much every facet, again, in the AA classification in 2019-20. And here's a one-timer right out in front by Alex Keller, the sophomore, that is stopped neatly by Irons.
Josh Bemis. Assisted by number 17, Nick Pushik.
Bemis from Pushik
And number 27, Christian Konechka.
and Konechka.
Time of the goal, 13 minutes.
Oh, here we go, 2-0.
And here it is. The puck laid on the blade for Felsing. He could not finish the play, however. I don't know how Colin Rice survived that one, but he did. And
Radilla and Felsing came down flying, and it was a give and go trying to go back across, and Felsing just wasn't able to get enough wood on it to put it into the net. He had Rice beat all the way across and just couldn't finish it up. Net came off, face off to the left.
Michael Felsing, first in assists in AA with 24, first in points with 41. Fourth in goals for those who wish to take note, with 17 of those. And here's a shot short side that went off the side of the net in on Rice. Puck loose out in front, settled down by the blue team, and poking it ahead for Armstrong, representing the Riverhawks, is Lance Quinnell. His shot missed the target. And it comes up to his Armstrong teammate, number 61, Noah Oliver, who forces a cover-up by Irons.
Really good game so far for the blue team. They're showing a little bit of unity here. I guess they're starting to feel that early. We talked about the last two games. It's tough to get a bunch of new players and figure out who's playing with who and to get that meld going. And the blue team's getting pretty early going on. The gold team getting a little bit luck early.
Two unsurprising offensive candidates with the goals thus far. Matt Trasinski on the first shot of the game, I believe, for the gold squad. And for the blue squad, it was Josh Bemis of QV, answering right back a few minutes later as this shot from the high slot area taken by Keith Reed of Baldwin is blocked. Gold trying to get its act together defensively here, but a good keep at the left point by Latrobe's Derek Kratanski. Now Gold in transition, a lead pass intended for Alex Walker is a little too far for the junior. But Walker has it behind the net now. Walker, maybe trying to do the lacrosse move, as it were, there and get it on his stick, but lost control of the puck.
Not sure what we're calling it that this week.
Yeah, no kidding. Oh, nice sliding save there by Irons on one of the Plum Mustangs. That's
Migliosi of Montour, actually.
Yes, I stand corrected. Thank you.
They got those blackout jerseys on.
The Plum Mustangs wore a similar kit not too long back, so that's what threw me there. They are sharp-looking jerseys at that.
Yeah, Clay Shell was real excited about getting the helmet wrap on there. If you notice on the outside of the one side of their helmets, they got all of the gold helmets that they were able to put on this year and did a helmet wrap to them. So you got the Montour Spartan on the side. He's all excited. He was showing them off in pregame to everybody.
Face off to Colin Rice's left is won by his blue team teammates. Dusty Garagach with a poke check at the center circle before it's sent the other way for Giorgio. Giorgio, representing West Allegheny, is ridden off the puck deep behind the goal line. Comes to the point now for Max Quinn. Quinn trying to get a fortuitous deflection there, but could not. And it's sent back beyond the Team Blue line, where it is settled down by Ryan Mickey. Ryan Mickey over the line, dropping for Jake Giorgio. Giorgio having some trouble keeping it alive, however, and Max Quinn will retreat and play this puck to his defensive partner, Zamuda. Zamuda being pursued aggressively by Kevin Kachanik of Franklin Regional. As the puck comes up ahead to West Allegheny's 16, Giorgio. He puts a shot on net that is denied by Rice. And Team Blue trying to go with it the other way with 10 minutes to go in a tied first period, 1-1 the score. Quinn off his own body, it's settled down. And Dusty Garagach over the line, trying to flag it down. Garagach, one of the premier all-purpose players in Class AA, and he plays for the S-Mark Stars amateur team that Mitch was talking about earlier, and seems to have a very bright hockey-playing future of his own wherever he goes.
I believe he was tendered, I want to say by the Tomahawks. Oh!
Puck along the line, and
goal!
eventually poked in, and it is going to be Latrobe's Jared Stein picking up that marker for the Blue squad, which takes a 2-1 lead, 9.5 remaining first period. Irons unable to get a clean paw on it and keep it from going all the way in.
Jared Stein, a late addition to the All-Star team when Jack Hughes went down with a collarbone injury, I believe is what ended up happening. I think that's what I was told, and he, and Stein replaced him in this one, and Stein taking no time to show that he should be here, and Irons wasn't able to pull that one down and held on to it.
Popchock trying to dangle around Quentin Line, the big defenseman from Moon and alternate captain, but could not. Blue team keeps it alive, however. Noah Oliver at the point, and a nice kneeling save made there by Greg Irons as Gold tries to mount a counterattack. Coming the other way is Belak for Ziemanski. Ziemanski, wrister, blocker save by Colin Rice. Nifty little drop pass there for Josh Bemis. Bemis in on goal, wrist shot, save made. I think Irons got a piece of that. I'll take a leap of faith that he did as the game remains 2-1 in favor of the Blue squad.
Blue goal, scored by number 45, Jared Stein.
Bemis and Jared Stein, as you just heard, with the goals for the dark-clad Blue team to this point.
9 minutes and 31 seconds.
Matt Trzynski scoring early on for the Gold team as Rice has to make a save from long distance. Popchock taps it up ahead, intended for Bemis. Overtaken, however, by Trent London, the Franklin Regional senior. And the Gold squad works it over the line. London from the right hash mark sends it to the near corner where Team Blue intercepts and is ultimately able to clear the zone. Popchock trying to work around the Franklin Regional captain, London, I beg your pardon. Under 8 to play now in the first.
I made a mistake on the scoreboard. It showed 2-1 in favor of Gold for a little bit there. I was able to adjust that. Apologize if you're not paying attention at home, and I
we'll get it right one way or another.
Mm-hmm.
And with it, at the point, representing West Allegheny, Nick Bandy, wearing that Carolina Hurricanes-esque jersey that the Indians have worn this season. Near corner it comes now for Zach Radilla. The Hempfield sophomore keeps the play alive. Good shift for this line here as Gold looks for an equalizer. Bandy pinching, had it poked away by Christian Konechka of the Spartans. The Hempfield Spartans, that is. Not to be confused with the Montour Spartans, who put their captain, Garagach, back on the ice for this defensive shift. Loose puck in on Rice, and a goal. It is going to be Trent London's. London, 7th in Class AA with 28 points, 6th in goals with 16, and he has a game tire for the Gold squad with 7:01 to play in the first. 2-2 the score.
Yeah, he just waited there. He waited it out, and was able to just wait for Rice to make a mistake. Wasn't able to cover it, and just capped it home, and it's 2-2.
And his Panthers have had the unenviable task and petrifying responsibility of chasing the Latrobe Wildcats Good luck with that, by the way, in the Class-AA Southeast Division. But the Panthers at 9-4, seemingly a lock to make the playoffs, and they'll certainly be a team to watch as we have another goal. Thank you, sir. May I have another? Yes, you may, Matt Trzynski.
2/3 of the way to being Matty Hattie again. Just came into the zone, just fired a shot off the mid-post and in past, I believe, the glove side of Rice.
You are correct, and Gold has its second lead of the game with 6:49 to play in the opening frame. It is 3-2 now. Played back to neutral ice and taken in flight by Lance Quinnell. Quinnell from the left hash. Centering play intended for Trey Junker, but broken up neatly by the Team Gold defense. I want to say that was Max Quinn getting a blade on that one, and Quinn's trying to pry the puck loose, and eventually it does come to Trzynski. Puck played near corner now for Quinn. Back to Zamuda. Zamuda up ahead for Trzynski, who has a pair early on here for the Gold All-Stars. Over the line it comes and sent back the other way. Oh, could have been a too many men penalty if they wanted to call it, but now Dusty Garagach carries it over the line, and trailing the play and putting it just wide is Cole Ferry, one of the December PIHL Players of the Month. 19 goals for Ferry on the season, good for second in AA. And Cole Ferry had a hat trick, I believe, against the Spartans in this very building on Berg Hockey Live back in the month of December. Garagach retreating to play that puck. Now Walker puts it in off the side of the net. Rice was looking for it, trying to follow it as it's pushed to the side by Keith Reed of the Highlanders. Now it'll come up ahead to Ferry. Ferry waits for the play to get set up here in neutral ice, and he'll lead it for Reed. Reed with a shot. Oh, off the glove of Irons, and he had to really flash the leather to flag down that one and freeze for a faceoff.
Absolutely, and that was a heck of a save by Irons. That shot was deceiving. It had a lot of power behind it. Stayed about mid-level, but he was able to get a glove on it. It bounced out of that glove, and he was able to jump on it.
And it'll come near side of Reed. Centering play for Ethan Tamborski, I beg your pardon. We have two number 9s out there, and it was a defenseman for Penn Trafford pinching and forcing a puck out of play. Now that's Migliozzi with it for the Montour Spartans, playing for Team Blue. Near corner for Reed. Reed on the half wall, couldn't control the puck, and it's cleared away by Logan Schlegel. Schlegel up ahead of Ryan Mickey, the Penn Trafford captain. His snapshot goes wide to the stick side of Colin Rice. Center point for Line the Moon defenseman in on net, and that is frozen by Colin Rice. Those two have seen each other recently, as I said earlier. Stoppage in play with 4:39 to go. Matt Trzynski's 2 goals helping Team Gold to a 3-2 lead early here. Snapshot by Armstrong's. I'm sorry. Ethan Prue goes wide as I was having a moment there. Now picked up along the side of the Team Gold net by the Gold All-Stars, and skating it up ahead for Team Gold will be Jake Giorgio. Giorgio doing it all himself over the line from the off wing, trying to center it for nobody in particular, and it's intercepted by Noah Oliver. Oliver representing those blue and orange clad Riverhawks. Leads it up ahead for Shane Nolan. Nolan staying on the ice here for Team Blue, watches it go the other way to his West A teammate Giorgio. Giorgio drifting between the circles. Shifts his weight, now waits for the exposed cage, tries to wrap it around and in. Good thought, but better save by Rice.
Good patience by Rice there.
As the puck is cleared. Ethan Szymanski of South Fayette over the line, trying to center it. Unable to put it on a platter for Dylan Belak, however. And the blue team clears. Lane Ruffner near side for Szymanski. Szymanski trying to drop for Bielak, but good defense by the Latrobe tandem of Hertansky and Stein. And this puck from distance put on net by Latrobe's Lane Ruffner. Rice dropping to his knees to make that save, and here comes Team Blue, possibly 2-on-2, but Shane Nolan having a little trouble controlling this puck as Lane Ruffner will scoop it and settle it down behind his own net and his own goalie, Greg Irons. Up ahead now it comes to Joey Pankowski, the lone freshman on either All-Star side in Class-AA this year. And a 50-50 battle near corner is won by the gold team, trying to add to a 3-2 lead late in the first period here. Zamuna unable to keep it in, and here's an opportunity in transition for Christian Konechka. Konechka waiting for the centering pass, and it's put home instead by Shane Nolan. And we have a tie game, 3-3, 2:23 to play. Shane Nolan, second on the Indians, going into the All-Star break with 24 points, and now he has a goal in the All-Star event.
You talk about the tic-tac-toe game, you just saw it there in all its prime. Just wait, pass, and Nolan sitting in the slot, just right up top of the crease, and fires it home. 3-3.
Sorry, Mitch, we don't say enough about how difficult it is, and I'm sure how difficult it is for the coaches to get 5 guys on the same page who don't play with each other at all in many cases in PIHL competition. But once those players do develop that chemistry as the game goes on, and you see an example of it there, boy, it's fun to watch. And you see why they call it an all-star game, because that was a star move right there to net that goal by Nolan.
And that's what you say. You look at these, we mentioned about Greg Irons. Yeah, this is an all-star game. It's a little more wide open than what Latrobe leaves for him in any given game. So definitely a big opportunity for the show. And there's London with a shot. Big save by Rice.
London already has himself a greasy goal earlier in this contest. Matt Trzynski with the other 2 for the gold team. It is Josh Bemis, Shane Nolan, who you just heard on the goal announcement there a moment ago, and who am I forgetting for the Class AA Blue side?
Trzynski, Nolan. Trzynski has 2.
He has 2 for the gold squad,
side.
yes.
Yeah.
In any event, a tie up here behind Greg Irons in the final minute 15 of the first period. Tie game. An intense puck battle at that, and who's going to come out on top? It is Quaker Valley's Josh Bemis. From the half wall, it's played to Dusty Garagach, and Garagach had his pocket picked by his Montour teammate, Felsing. Good poke check there by Trent Gray, the Hempfield captain, playing defense for the blue squad as Bemis comes back over the line for the blue side. Ethan Prue stuck right with him, however, but
Jared
Team Gold done it.
Jared Stein had the
Thank
other
you.
goal. Yes, it was the one in front of the net. Sat in the crease.
Garagach with 35 to go. Into the attacking zone, dropping for Konechka. Konechka worked off the stick neatly by Nick Bandy.
Here we go.
And a West Allegheny 2-on-1 the other direction. Swede takes the pass and shoots it just wide.
They had a 3-on-1 possible there, a 4-on-2 if they really wanted to stretch it.
Popchock of the Plum Mustangs drifting with 10 seconds to go. He's got to hurry and shoot here. He'll take it behind the net. Look for something maybe out in front. Not much room out there in front of the Team Gold goal. And time is going to run out with the PIHL Class AA All-Star Game tied at 3 after a first period that was not the least bit boring, Brian Mitchell.
No, not at all. I mean, you talk about the offensive output that you would expect from these 2 squads, and they didn't disappoint. You saw that single A game, and you were like, oh, 1 goal, and it took till the last 3 seconds of the period for that goal to be scored.
It was an exciting period, but exciting for different reasons.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. 6 goals in the first here, so you got to be excited about how that played out. But now we're looking at, looks like it's going to be Tanner Sindrick and Jordan McCurdy coming out in net. So your new net minders, of course. The goaltending change today being brought to you by David Haig Photography. David Haig is the official photographer of the PIHL. He will be available all your prints and everything from the All-Stars on davidhaigphotography.com.
And Sindrich of Baldwin, a senior this year, 8 wins, third most among Class-AA first stringers, fourth in goals against average with a 2.08 mark, fourth in save percentage as well among Class-AA regulars, 923 save percentage, very impressive. And in goal for Team Gold, as Mitch just said, it'll be Jordan McCurdy, the Meadville Bulldog and junior, winner of his last 3 appearances, coming off a 30-save effort at Hempfield back on the 13th of January. 6th among AA goalies in save percentage with an 893 mark in that category. And so play resumes here with Team Gold skating left to right in a 3-3 hockey game as it is Sindrich forced to make his first save of the late afternoon. Teams battling for it, and eventually it comes to Lance Quino of Team Blue and of the Armstrong Riverhawks. Trey Junker has it centered, and it's put in on McCurdy, who has to squeeze it under his armpit there to prevent the Riverhawks tandem from breaking this tie 33 seconds into the second period. Lance Quino and Noah Oliver teaming up to make life difficult there for McCurdy, but the junior was equal to the task. Bandy, the West Allegheny captain, is knocked down by South Fayette's Alex Keller, the sophomore, as play goes on. With it for the gold team is Matt Trzynski, who has a couple of goals. Up ahead for Alex Walker. Walker behind the net, centers out in front, intercepted by Junker, sent up ahead for Quino. Quino lost the puck to Lane Ruffner, who sends it back quickly the other way for Walker, and Walker has a chance in on goal alone, but denied by Sindrich.
If he waited another couple seconds, he would have Trzynski up on the opposite wall.
And as it is, he had to stop a backdoor play there by the gold team with 15:45 to go in the second. 3-3 still your score.
The official photographer of the PIHL.
Jake Giorgio to take the face-off against Keith Reed, and Reed wins this one as it comes to Migliozzi. Migliozzi 1-on-3, chips it in behind Zamuda. Behind the net it comes now to Ferry. Ferry looking for something to do with it. He's watched closely by a pair of Team Gold defenders. Puts it in behind the gold net as McCurdy watches it go by. Near corner it comes now, where it'll be taken by West Allegheny's Giorgio, up but not out. Now Ryan Mickey will settle the play down. And off a Montour stick, it comes back to Mickey, but West Allegheny's Giorgio will clean up the mess. And Reed retreats for the blue team. Migliozzi off a glove and right back to Giorgio, though. Giorgio centering for Mickey, dropped it for Schlegel. Schlegel unable to hang on. Max Quinn pinching to get the puck deep. Ryan Mickey centers it for Schlegel. Schlegel didn't get everything he wanted on that shot as this puck goes off the blocker and off the crossbar. Oh, lucky save there by Sindrich, and had some metallurgy luck there. Gold team almost getting a bounce early in the second period with the game still tied at 3. Zamuda up through center. Poked at by Ferry. Comes near corner now for Schlegel. And now for Jared Stein of Team Blue, who has a goal in this game for Migliozzi. Migliozzi puts it on a platter for Ferry, but his shot was blocked. Ferry looking for Stein, who was open for a fleeting moment, but not so much now. Good keep at the left point by Trent Gray of Hempfield, putting it into the body of McCurdy, who holds on with 13:53 to go in the second.
You know what I've noticed about the AA compared to the single A at this point is how much offense is created from the blue line in AA. Players like Ruffner, Gray, Gargash, those are solid offensive defensemen. And like you could call Gargash a utility, I guess. Was that what you referred to him as?
He's a Swiss Army knife. You could definitely put it that way.
Yeah, he's a big-bodied forward and a defenseman. He could play either side for you. So, oh, what a save by Sindrich.
That was a nifty one, absolutely. And Ethan Zemansky can't believe he didn't beat the Baldwin keeper with that attempt. 13:37 to go, second period.
I didn't even name Zmuda. I didn't name Tamborski. I didn't name Herdansky. You know, those are all forwards. And I didn't even talk about Nick Bandy, who's probably one of the best pure offensive defensemen in the league right now.
And here's a lead pass broken up by a line of Moon area. Team Blue has to tag up, though, and Zemansky has the puck for the Gold side. Near corner it comes now to Ethan Prue. Attempted pass for Bellick, broken up by Stein, but Team Blue unable to generate the turnover. But now Stein will do just that. Centering pass broken up. That glanced off the stick of Kevin Kachanik. Glorious scoring chance there for Team Blue, but it was not to be. Now Garagach retreating in his own end to kick it away from Zemansky. And look at that maneuver there. He, in addition to playing his zone well, he has a lot of points, 39 points, the highest scoring defenseman in the class, and he eats up a ton of minutes as well for the Montour Spartans. He really has to work hard on a given game night as his play is offside.
Well, last week he had an 8-point game, and up in Meadville he had 6 goals and 2 assists. Nobody really, they actually had a write-up from the Meadville paper on him, which is unheard of from, you know, from an out-of-towner. So
it is a hockey hotbed, Meadville,
yeah.
Pennsylvania. Up there in Erie County, the Meadville Rec Center, a legendary arena. Crawford County, I beg your pardon.
County.
Thank you. And here is Josh Bemis in flight for the blue team. Centering play and kicked out at the last second. Oh, what a toe save there by Jordan McCurdy. Speaking of Meadville, and here's a chance the other way and a great blocker save by Cindric on the other side.
Radilla with a shot there. It was a big opportunity, and it was just kicked out on one end by McCurdy, and Cindric with a big save in the second here.
That was like Marc-Andre Fleury robbing Jeff Carter in the playoffs back in the day. I mean, McCurdy went full extension to make that toe save, and it was a glorious one. And now a 3-on-1. Jinx, buy me a Coke. Oliver denied by McCurdy as the puck goes out of play. These goaltenders handling a lot of transition plays and odd man situations really well. We haven't seen any egregious, like, odd man goals in this game, really. Everything has been worked for.
Yeah, and it's, you know, you're getting these, like I said earlier, you're getting a lot more vision on it. There's not a lot going into the slot. You don't want to get in, you know, in front in traffic because you don't want to end up getting injured blocking a shot in an all-star game.
Not at all. But,
you know, you're going to be able to, goaltenders are going to see them, and really the only way you're scoring these goals is on good plays where you're passing plays, getting goaltenders to move right, left.
And here is Michael Felsing from Montour in on net. Save made by Cindric. And it'll be the Mars Planets team captain, Hudson Finn, clearing the zone. And an opportunity the other way for the blue team in a 3-3 game with 11 minutes to go in the second period.
A short-term 2-on-1 turned into a 3-on-2 and had to go the other way.
Now the gold team in transition. Felsing dropping in a shot right into the pillows by Zach Radilla. Now, Radilla's had a very active second period, the Hempfield sophomore. 16 points, fourth on the Spartan team coming into the All-Star break.
Very impressive is Radilla. You know, you see big players like Trzynski and Konechka, and you think, okay, then you got Radilla come in, and you know, Christian Gorshak a couple seasons ago, he went on, he's playing for Johnstown, going to Niagara now. And
Trey Junker, sorry, from the right hash, forces a save from McCurdy. Go ahead.
But you look at players like that, and Hempfield just keeps churning out offensive players after offensive players. So it's good to see for the Spartans.
The
from
Spartans,
Hempfield, not of Montour.
Hempfield, dating back to when they were in the open classification, back when that was a thing, has always been a high-scoring team, and another great one, indeed, by McCurdy. The Meadville keeper earning his keep in this second period as Nick Sweet comes the other direction for the Gold squad. Behind the net, Walker. Walker double-teamed. Good work there by Junker and Finn, it looks like.
Yeah, the Achilles heel of the Spartans has always been that they've been able to score. They just can't be able to stop the puck from going in. Defense has been an issue for them. Trent Gray, one heck of a defenseman, but he can't do it himself.
No, he can't. And near corner, the 50-50 puck is eventually controlled by the goal team, but turned over to Junker. Junker trying to work off 2 men there. He can't, but he regains possession of the puck and looks for Alex Keller, the South Fayette sophomore. Keller battling in the far corner with Max Quinn now as the puck comes near side. And with it in front is Lance Quinnell. Quinnell, top of the left circle, centering play for Junker. And now it's sent out by the gold team. Trzynski over the line, looking for the HT. Dangles almost got around his Hempfield teammate, Gray. But Gray hung right with him. That's what they teach you in practice. Make him make the first move. Ferry trying to work through a double team here. And he centers it for Reed. Reed's shot, save made. Oh, McCurdy coming all the way out to challenge the shooter. Good technique there, and it worked.
That looked like it was going to go the bad way for McCurdy. Good save.
Team Blue continuing to force the issue in a 3-3 game with under 9 to go in the middle frame. Ferry trying to set it up left point as Trent Gray is camped out again, but first you got to win the puck battle, and Trzynski's going to prevail in this one, and he comes flying back the other way, driving the right wing circle, worked over by Gray. Gray kind of all over him like a cheap suit, but Team Gold nearly with a nifty maneuver there to put the puck behind Cindric. And that was Giorgio with that little between the legs attempt. Team Blue settling things down as it comes up ahead to the big hulking Garagach. Garagach deflects it in on goal, and the save is made by McCurdy. Migliozzi with a good setup there, but the Montour pair unable to finish the play. Prue with it now, the alternate captain for the Riverhawks. A little too far and beyond the reach of Logan Schlegel, and so it is icing against the Gold All-Stars.
You know, we talked about that first period at the single A game, you know, and how that played out. We're looking at the exact same thing. Goaltender's duel here. Cindric and McCurdy putting on a show for us, especially with these two offenses that put up 6 goals in the first period.
And it is Lane Ruffner with it. Far corner, gets it up ahead to Giorgio. Lead pass for Ryan Mickey. Mickey from the left circle. In front of Garagach, puts a shot on net. Save made, rebound, side of the cage. Giorgio couldn't bury it. And now the net is dislodged. And the goal counts.
No goal.
Or does it? No, that is absolutely the correct call. The net was off its moorings well before Nick Bandy sniped it from the high slot area. So we remain 3-3 with 7:36 remaining
You
in the
called
second.
the net off before we even got to the shot, so it definitely was a correct call on the ice. No goal there. Net was off its moorings, and darn that net, it finally cost everybody. Bandy gonna try it again.
And he almost got it. Oh, that would have been, if nothing else, a laugh riot if he had gotten it that time. Oh, boy.
Sweet revenge for Bandy
Yeah,
there, possibly.
almost. Oh, Bandy's got to be looking to the stars as this shot pass is nearly deflected behind Cindric
They fooled
by his
everybody.
Baldwin teammate,
They even put it on the scoreboard.
Belak. And Belak has it now. Dylan Belak behind the net, out in front. Centering play intended for Pankowski, I believe. That misfired. Bandy with it again. Well, will the third time be the charm for Nick Bandy? He'll try to center it this time for Ruffner, but that's broken up by his West A teammate, Shane Nolan. Bandy with it now. Side of the net. Oh, crisscross applesauce with Zemansky, and the goal team takes a 4-3 lead on an absolute bomb from the edge of the left circle. 6:51 to play. Ethan Zemansky, very talented playmaker for the Lions, 5th in Class-AA in points with 29, and he has a goal.
You know, you look at the defense, and Bandy, you know, after not getting that goal, came back around, right back, put a couple shots on net, made a play down below the net to create that opportunity, and it just set up nicely for the opportunity for Zemansky to get that nice tip in.
Team Gold controls the ensuing faceoff as well. 4-3 in favor of the Gold All-Stars. Ethan Zemansky, the junior, the goal scorer for South Fayette, the PIHL team he's representing.
Pankowski had the jump over Belak in the All-Star game.
This pass a little too far for Bemis, and Bemis, as surprised as I am that there's no icing, as he and Quinn playfully push and shove. And there's a friendly stick from Bemis into the body of Max Quinn.
Szymanski from Bandai at 6:51.
Well, you love to see the camaraderie like that on display. Always amusing when teammates get to play against each other, and so it goes in this year's All-Star format.
Absolutely.
They are not aligned by divisions. They are aligned by colors, if you will.
And the luck of the draw, I think, for the selections. I'm not sure how it all played out, but
Pusha coming back the other way, representing Plum High School. The Mustangs, one of those programs that has enjoyed a recent rise, a non-traditional hockey power. Now here comes Felsing the other way for the gold team. Centering play intended for Kachanik. He couldn't handle the pass. Now Finn for Hertansky. Near side it comes. And Felsing tries to dangle around a man and does. Drops it nicely for Ethan Prue. Prue on his off wing now. Skates around a double team. Brings it behind the team blue net. And it'll come up to Quentin Line. And this is knocked out of play by Bemis, who was back checking nicely.
bounced it off the back of Danny Mitchell after it hit the roof. I mean, hit the wall, almost hit the television here in the 1921 club at the Robert Morris University Island Sports Center, but ended up hitting Mitchell in the back with 5:14 remaining in the second. Will face off to the left of Cindric.
The 1921 club, like the Hat-Trick Club, above the goal to our right, normally reserved for Elite Island Sports Center company. And it is kept alive by the gold team in the offensive zone, but intercepted by Alex Keller. Up ahead for Quinnell. Quinnell splits the defense. Chases this puck down and centers it off the blade of McCurdy. Turnaround try by Keller is denied. The rebound is not played with a high stick. Play on, says this USA hockey crew. And Team Gold will do just that. Here's Felsing trying to work off Keller. He stays right with this play. Look at Michael Felsing, leading point getter in Class-AA, to the point for Line as this is deflected just wide by London.
Some fancy pants stick handling out there right now.
London has a goal earlier in this game, 4-3 the score, favoring the Gold All-Stars. Team Blue coming back the other way as Quinnell gains the red line and dumps it in to go for a line change. The Montour duo coming back out there. Garagach and Migliozzi as this shot is denied point blank by Tanner Cindric. Alex Walker unable to beat the Baldwin Tendy.
Trzynski came in. That was a long pass, I believe. I can't remember who made the pass from down low, but he got it all the way out. It came to the blue line, chased in. Trzynski was able to collect it, get it stripped to Walker behind the defense. Walker came in, made a move on Cindric, and a big save by the senior goaltender from Baldwin.
Comes to the point for Nick Bandy, who had a goal disallowed earlier in this period. And now playing it is Garagach. Sails it near side. Nice little flip pass there for Trent Gray. Gray trying to settle it down along the half wall. And he gets open in front of the net, but a good poke check there by Ruffner to get it out of danger. Ruffner behind his own cage. The Latrobe captain sends it near side. Team Gold having a little trouble clearing the area as it was nearly turned over to Migliozzi. Now Nick Sweet coming the other way over the line for the Gold team. Representing West A, he fires a puck off a Team Blue body, and it's centered on the side of the net intended for Walker. Walker misfired on that one. Looked like he had a sure goal there. Now a one-timer by Sweet from the slot area is engulfed by Cindric. 3 minutes left. It's a 4-3 hockey game in favor of the Gold squad. here in the PIHL Class-AA All-Star Game.
Gergash and Ruffner, a little bit of a chat on the outside. Gergash tries to put Ruffner into the boards. S-Mark teammates, actually, I believe they are actually defensive partners on S-Mark. I'll have to check in on that. I believe they still are.
Perhaps they will see each other again outside of S-Mark come March.
They will.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
They played a couple weeks ago on our first Berg Hockey Live with Matt Geika as the one that called that one. And yeah, maybe they'll see each other come in March. You're right.
The Montour Spartans winning a Penguins Cup title a year ago, getting over the hump before bowing in the AA state playoffs. But what a year it was for the Montour Spartans in 18-19, trying to defend their title here in 19-20 and sending a slew of players to this year's All-Star event. Good save there by McCurdy as the rebound of Migliozzi's shot is put out of play with 2:11 to go.
Let's talk about that for a second. Baldwin, West Allegheny, and Montour in that division right now. That is an absolute smoke show. Baldwin, of course, lots of games in hand and still leading the division. But, I mean, West A and Montour, that could go into a playing game
and
come February, come March.
Sorry, Mitch. We should point out that Montour is playing up this year. They won the Class A title, I believe, last season. So they're trying to pull off the unusual feat of winning consecutive titles in different classifications, which I know for a fact that Brandon Sod did when he played for Pine Richland one year. They won in AAA when he was there after winning the AA Penguins Cup the previous season. But that's an unusual occurrence in PIHL hockey.
It happened in 15 and 16. Erie Cathedral Prep won it in AA, moved up to AAA, won it in AAA the following year, last time that it occurred. So, yeah, it was something that Clay Shell was discussing he wanted to do. He was really excited about a possibility of completing that feat with this squad. He's always maintained that he would like to see this squad. The goal at the end of the day is to make it to AAA. So, at that time, you look at it, and it's definitely within the realm, but they have to get through West Allegheny because that's going to be their big battle right now is with how them and West Allegheny stack up the rest of the way because only one of those teams is going to make it into the playoffs here with the way that they stand.
And that is most unfortunate, if you ask me. Both teams 10-4, two very good hockey clubs, well-peopled and well-coached.
Right.
And the Indians, a past Penguins Cup champion as well in Class AA. Hudson Finn, meanwhile, near side with 35 seconds to play in the first period. Over the line for Team Blue, drops it for Shane Nolan. Nolan trying a little nifty between the legs maneuver there that wouldn't go. And this might be the last chance of the period for the gold side. Giorgio over the line, lost the puck. Finn clears the zone, sent the other way by Ethan Prue. Prue muscled away by Finn. Finn couldn't get it by Dylan Belak. Belak tying things up in front of his own bench. And now it comes loose to Pankowski. 5 seconds left. He's going to have to hurry here to get something on net. And he's not going to be able to do that as the buzzer sounds for the second frame with Team Gold leading Team Blue 4-3 in the 2020 PIHL Class AA All-Star Game.
Well, we're down to our final period in this one. Means another David Haig photography goaltending change. In goal for the gold squad, it is Danny Mitchell. In goal for the blue squad, you're going to see Josh Ferry in the net for them. So let us know about how those two stack up.
Well, Josh Ferry with 3 shutouts on the year, second most in the classification. He is .933 save percentage. Ferry's 3 shutouts, actually the most in the classification, I stand corrected. .933 save percentage, ranked second. Leads Class AA with 10 wins. Third in goals against with a .184 marker. Great junior year so far for Josh Ferry, who will be playing for Team Blue in the dark red jersey off to our left. And you mentioned Danny Mitchell of Mars. 26 save effort in his last PIHL game, January 21st at Franklin Regional. And he's looked very solid. He has had 2 wins in a row and took a hard luck loss against Hempfield, I believe, in a 1-0 contest. but a .938 save percentage in his last 3 games. He is heating up for the Planets.
Yeah, of course. And David Haig Photography, the official photographer of the PIHL. You can get your prints, get your pictures, get all that at davidhaigphotography.com. And we are back here for the face-off in the 3rd period.
Bemis to take it for blue. Belak to take it for gold. Chuck that one up for Belak, who comes over the blue line. He is quickly double-teamed by Bemis and Derek Kurtansky. Team Blue looking for an equalizer as the 3rd period gets underway. Coming up next, we'll have the Class AAA All-Star Game to cap off the festivities here from the RMU Island Sports Center in Greater Pittsburgh. And Matt Geitka and Brian Mitchell will have that one for you. Ferry plays it behind his own net. On the half wall, it's nearly taken away by Pankowski. And chasing the puck in neutral ice and getting there first is Bemis. Bemis charging the goal and shooting it off the body of Mitchell, who makes his first save of the late afternoon / early evening. Up ahead now for Pankowski. Pankowski on the off wing. Tries to drop it for Belak, who blew a tire there. And here's all kinds of room for Josh Bemis. Bemis 1-on-2, dangles, but lost the puck. Good play there by his Quaker Valley teammate, Max Quinn. Coming the other way is Ethan Zemansky, who would have the game-winning goal if this score holds up. And just for good measure, he adds a second. 5-3 gold, 15:41 to go 3rd period. He snuck it between the wickets of Josh Ferry. What a sneaky little goal there by the diminutive Zemansky.
I think you underestimate the sneakiness, sir.
I think we
definitely
do.
Brought that in on the backhand and just made Ferry bite a little bit, thinking he was going to go behind, open up the little bit of pad between the post and put it behind him. And 5-3 is your score, Gold Squad.
Zemansky's like a water bug out there. He can really fly, and he has, to this point, the 2 most important goals of this hockey game. The go-ahead goal and the insurance tally. It's 5-3 team gold. 15:24 to go, though. Still a lot of time, and all kinds of firepower on that blue squad.
He's going to pad that game-winner goal, like you said. Try to get that game winner on his record.
Zemansky, 19 assists on the year, 4th most of those in Class AA. So he's known as more of a setup man. Not that he doesn't have the goal-scoring talent, but interesting that he, of all players on the gold side, as we're offside, here has a chance to play hero.
Absolutely.
Now the referee's arm is up, so we might actually get a penalty here. Or will we?
Nope, face off outside.
Thank you for catching that.
We're the first game so far, we haven't seen a penalty called. So
to this point, yes.
To this point, I'm guaranteeing we're going to have one more call just because I said that. Felsing comes in. Nice little play. He's got a dipsy doodle around the referee, back behind for London. Wow.
He is the Class AA points leader for a reason. You can see it. He's a fabulous stick handler and fun to watch when he has the puck. Here's a 2-on-1 for the blue side. Trey Junker looking to pick up the rebound. He can't. And Oliver on the off wing put the second chance just wide of Mitchell. Zamuda surveys the play in his own end. Skates out to center. Drops it now for Felsing. Now back to Zamuda. Zamuda gains the blue line. Now drops it for Zach Radilla. Radilla can't keep it in the zone though. And Quinn asked for a treat. He has a stick lifted neatly by Junker, who gets this puck deep. Zamuda will play it. And it comes near side now for Michael Felsing. Felsing up ahead to London, who has a goal in this game. London, nifty little maneuver there as the net became dislodged. Moot point because the shot went wide, but here in transition comes the blue team. Cole Ferry dangles around Alex Walker, tries to anyway, and there's a rocket from Hudson Finn.
What a shot from Finn. He caught me off guard with that one.
And we got a 1-goal game.
Wow, he just lined that shot up, ticketed for the top corner over the glove of Mitchell, and it found its destination in due time. No delays, no layovers, nothing. 5-4.
A lot of zip on that shot from the Mars senior Hudson Finn, who is tied for the team lead in points with 12 of those. Very good specialist as well. He has 4 power play goals out of his 5 total on the season, and you can see why the Planets like to use him on the power play with a point man with that kind of shot.
He's also responsible for almost beheading me. Oh, never mind.
And it is...
Migliosi threw it on net. Looks
yes.
like Gray got it.
I think you might be correct. Trent Gray, with 17 points coming into the All-Star break, has an equalizer. 2 very quick goals by Team Blue. We told you this one wasn't over yet. Cole Ferry leading the Selly line for what it's worth, so he might have gotten a stick on it as well. We shall see. It was Anthony Migliozzi, the Montour Jr., who threw it on net from the left point.
Looks like Gray got a stick in it on the way. But
so for now, it will be Trent Gray's goal. The Hempfield senior gets on the board here, and it's a 5-5 hockey game.
And I was joking earlier. I was saying Hudson Finn responsible for almost beheading me twice in a game at Barrel in one place where the photographers like to sit. 2 consecutive plays. It was funny.
Dusty Garagach with a drop pass to Cole Ferry. His shot, glove save made, rebound. Oh, Mitchell doesn't know where it is. It's still loose. Migliozzi looking for Garagach. Garagach left circle, muscled off the puck by Prue, and a bit slow to get up, but no worse for the wear. In transition is Team Gold now. Nick Sweet drifting between the circles, drops it. And here's a shot on Ferry that is denied. Matt Trzynski looking for the HT on that one.
Assisted by number 11, Cole Ferry. And number 4, Trent Gray.
Yeah, that was definitely a sequence of events to be wondering about there. Wow, between the 2 teams.
Team Blue, or Team Gold, I should say, was ahead 5-3 on a pair of Ethan Zemansky tallies, then 2 quick ones from Hudson Finn and Trent Gray, a couple of seniors on Team Blue, as we get a stoppage in play here with 12:19 to go, and it's a 5-5 game.
Wow.
And number 9, Anthony Migliosi. Down in the goal, 13 minutes.
Looking for a new puck here. They're going to switch out the pucks.
Face-off just outside the Team Blue zone is won by Jake Giorgio, and his West A teammate Nick Bandy gets the breakout going. Ryan Mickey over the line, and a stick save forced there by Perry. Near corner it comes. And Mickey, the Penn Trafford captain, trying to work his man over. He can't. Good stick-to-itiveness there by Keith Reed of the Baldwin Highlanders. Logan Schlegel now for the Gold Squad, representing Plum High School. Lost the puck. Lane Ruffner has it onside. And into the attacking zone comes the Gold team, but they can't keep this sequence going. And now they have to tag up. And a long retreat there for Bandy as he sets up Ruffner, his defensive partner. It's overskated and intercepted by Kevin Kachanik. Bandy with it now. Snaps one off a Latrobe stick. That was Hertansky getting in the way of that one. And here's Reed in transition for the blue team. And oh, he just buries that by Danny Mitchell. Blink and you missed it. Keith Reed makes it 3 unanswered goals for Team Blue, and they lead 6-5 with 11:15 left in regulation.
Dear Lord, what a shot from that point. And they're just firing everything from the point now on Mitchell, hoping for a little bit of traffic in front. And Reed, no different, skates down between the blue line and the circle, just absolutely lets one rip. I believe goes under the glove arm of Mitchell and makes it 6-5 Blue.
Pankowski from distance puts it in on goal, and Ferry has to play it to the side. Intercepted by Max Quinn. His snapshot blocked away by Ferry. And another blocker save made there by Ferry on, I believe, Quinn again. Pankowski with a good cycle going here. Zemansky open in front, looking for a Hattie. Not going to get it this time, though, as the blue team is not yet able to clear the zone. Josh Ferry settles it down for Ethan Tamborski.
At 11:15.
No icing as Zamunda plays this puck. Lead pass for Zemanski. Zemanski back 2-on-2. Has space down the right wing side. Snaps it into the glove hand of Josh Ferry. We've seen him make a few of those this year.
Oh, absolutely. It's funny we're talking about it here. The head coach has reached the squad, Justin Glock for Baldwin and Josh Warner for Greater Latrobe. Neither of them has seen a real regulation loss this season, so one of them's about to be handed a regulation loss here.
Something's got to give in all-star action. 10:15 to go, 6-5. The blue team leads after scoring 3 straight, and mainly from defensemen, or players playing defense, as it were, in this third period. A lot of shots from distance in on Danny Mitchell of Mars, the team goalkeeper. And here's Mitchell making a nifty glove save as he stayed right with Nick Popchock. Zach Rodilla sends it the other direction. Driving the net is London, but he won't get this puck, or will he? Now it goes off a couple of feet before it's settled down by Finn. Up ahead for Popchock. Popchock with a possible 2-on-1 here, going to keep it himself and put it just wide of Mitchell's glove. Konechka for the blue team. Lost it, and Trent London, the Franklin Regional Panther captain, sends it up ahead to Rodilla. Rodilla with a backhander forces a kick save from Ferry. Ethan Prue settles it down, and it comes back to London. London with space between the circles goes to Felsing. Felsing trying to set it back for London, but that play broken up, and the goal team has to reset. Bandy over the line, just barely onside, leaves it for Felsing. Felsing centering pass for London, broken up there. Good stick work by Bemis, trying to spring Junker on a breakaway the other direction, but could not. Ruffner behind the blue net. Sorry, Mitch.
It's okay, Ruffner just skated in with 4 blue jerseys just skated around him like nobody wanted to go near him. He was able to skate behind the net and make that play happen.
He's a big boy out on that ice. He is an intimidating figure as Bemis comes back on Ruffner the other way. And speaking of which, a great little hip check there as Bemis got the worst of that one. Mitchell making a nice sliding save in the meantime while we're pontificating about the body check.
I was just speaking about Lane Ruffner with somebody else, and we were talking about, his patented hip check. He just loves to do it. It's always clean, and no different here. 1-on-4, nobody wants to touch him, and he goes 1-on-1 and pulls off a hip check. That's Lane Ruffner for you.
Junker with it now as Blue has it over the attacking line, but Gold intercepts. Back to center it comes for Hertansky. Hertansky buttressed immediately by Nick Bandy. Comes free to Keller. Keller's shot faked out Mitchell, but never made it on net. Centering play intended for Junker, broken up by the West Allegheny duo of Sweet and Bandy. Sweet with it behind his own net, skates it out. Looking for Trzynski up ahead. Going to take it himself, though, over the line. Breaks on, sends it up for Walker, but that play was broken up neatly by Alex Keller. Puck steered aside there by Mitchell as Zamunda has it for the Gold side. Lance Quinnell for Armstrong. Couldn't hang on to that puck. Ferry with a clear. Oh, it goes off Trzynski's body, but he couldn't settle it down in time to put it into the vacant goal. Quinnell with it. Had it poked off his stick for a moment, but now it's overskated by Keller. Intercepted by Giorgio of Team Gold. Cleared away by Stein. Deflection there on the shot by Quinn. Misses everything. And Quinnell has it now for the blue team. Looking for Junker. That pass did not connect. And it comes instead to Matt Trzynski. Trzynski's shot between the circles is stopped by Ferry. Good battle here at the Team blue line as Garagach has it, dropping for Ferry. Oh, a blistering slap shot denied by Mitchell, and this time he was ready for the heat as icing is called.
Mickey tried an opportunity to get that puck from not being an icing. He was about 3 inches too short from being able to pull that off. But that shot the other way, I mean, what can you say about it right now? He just absolutely fired a rocket on net where Mitchell just, Ferry just said we get a shot from Mitchell.
I'm sorry, Garagach unable to finish into the open net, and he's having a good laugh at his own expense right now. I think he just kind of, I don't know if he ran into a pile of snow or a stick got on it at the last second, but I was ready for a Dusty Garagach goal call there, but it was not to be. 5:48 to go now. Still a 6-5 lead, however, for the Blue squad. As Tamborski has it, representing Penn Trafford. Comes near side of Garagach now. Nice dangle there, but lost the puck. Schlegel sends it the other way, and a good chance here up ahead for Giorgio. Giorgio hooked on his way to the net as his own teammate, Ferry, denies him.
Well, the arm stayed down on the officials in this one. Wasn't the case in the earlier games, but, you know, you look at it and, you know, you're letting the players play here, and it's been pretty clean so far, so you don't have anything to worry about, but definitely a fun contest here at 6-5. Blue leads.
And near side it comes to Zimanski. Zimanski powers through the left circle. Stays with the puck. To the right point for Ruffner. Ruffner's shot deflected off of Oliver, it looked like, and out of play.
5:02 remaining in this one. Who has basically, I mean, out on the ice, you look at all this offensive output. Who's impressed you so far? I mean, when you look at just pure skill out there.
Zimanski, obviously. Felsing is another one. Hudson Finn with his shot power certainly has impressed me. Garagach always plays a strong game. Of course, we've talked about him. Cole Ferry has had some great looks as well. And here's a deflection and a goal. Speaking of which, this time Garagach does finish, and I believe this will be his goal, as it was definitely deflected in on its way in behind Danny Mitchell, who gets a lighthearted high five from the Montour Spartan senior, and it is 7-5 in favor of Team Blue with 4:46 to play.
Definitely Garagach's goal. Beautiful play from the senior just to be able to get the puck on the net, give it a 2-goal lead here.
So lots of great individual efforts on both sides, Mitch, to answer your question, and not just by players who have ended up on the score sheet.
Right.
And here is Reed, who has been skating admirably for Baldwin/Team Blue, resetting to the Montour pair of Migliozzi and, oh, that's actually Finn out there, I'm sorry, with Migliozzi. And this puck comes back to Hudson Finn again. He gets it deep. Mitchell will play it.
Number 9, Evan Tamboriski, and 4, Trent Gray.
And with it for gold is Nick Bandy. Bandy up for Zimanski. Zimanski right into the stomach of Josh Ferry.
And 4:46.
I don't know what the South Fayette Lions have cooking up the second half of the season, Mitch, but Ethan Zimanski is a player who is noticeable, to say the least.
It's a bad luck year for the Lions. They got the luck of the draw of coming up and having to play in that Baldwin West A and meet that Montour division, so they haven't exactly had too much, you know. Basically, you're just running into a wall at that point with those 3 teams. So, but they're definitely playing much better. Zimanski playing well. You graduated Hardman last year, so you're bringing in, you know, new goaltending and being able to play. But South Fayette definitely has been a rough year for them.
Draw pass for Quinn, whose shot whistled wide. Team Blue trying to get its transition game going, and now they will. Here's Reed with it, left wing side representing Baldwin. Centering pass intended for Shane Nolan, just out of his reach. Reed not giving up, though. Good couple of shifts here in a row for Keith Reed, the Baldwin junior. Felsing the other way now for the gold team. Felsing, turnaround try. Oh, that was a nifty little maneuver to London, but London couldn't finish. And to Ferry's credit, he was in the right place at the right time. A giveaway here to Kakanich. Couldn't get a shot on that, however, as the blue team is trying to change bodies. Possible 3-on-2 here as it's intended for London, but broken up. Hudson Finn counterattacking for Mars. Up ahead to Pushek. Pushek trying to dangle around Quinn. Has the puck still. Now it's poked away by Max Quinn, the alternate captain of the Quakers. And Paul Zamuda will try and skate it up through traffic. Under 2.5 to go. 7-5 in favor of Team Blue.
I'll tell you what, Radilla has really shown me a lot in this game, but he looks like he took a rough shot into the wall. He's getting really slow. Oh, nope, never mind.
And here is Felsing on his offhand. His shot is denied, and the rebound to London is put wide. Good chance there for the gold side. Now the other way comes Nolan. Lost it at the last moment. Team Gold in transition. A lead pass here to Walker. Walker makes his move. Oh, and what a move it was. But he forgot to do one thing, score.
Yeah, he got it high enough, maybe way too high on that play, but a beautiful play to get Ferry down and wasn't able to pick that corner like he wanted to do.
A little bit of Globetrotter hockey here at both ends as we wind down regulation time in the Class-AA All-Star event. Class-AAA on deck with Matt Geitka and Brian Mitchell.
Absolutely, and you look at that, and it was a good play by Sweet to break him even. Seeing that he came off the bench, kind of snuck around in the defense in the neutral zone. Sweet gets it through a defender, and Walker out on his, out on a rush there on his own.
Now let's see if Team Gold will pull Mitchell as this puck is played off the glass and back towards center. Lead pass now for Walker. Walker can't dangle around his own teammates. It's centered now for Line. Line's shot. Oh, it went off the post and somehow stayed out. That might have also gone off the knob of Ferry's stick. Tough to tell, but a lucky bounce there for the blue team.
There we go, 1 minute to go in this one.
Sweet with a nice move there. Well, not sweet enough. Stein picked his pocket and sent it up ahead to Bemis. Mitchell still in goal as this puck is centered and put in on Mitchell's pillows. He couldn't squeeze him, however, as the gold side comes back with 40 to go. Trzynski, who has 2 goals in this game, leads it up ahead for Walker, broken up by Bemis. Bemis up ahead for Konechka. Try to go to Konechka anyway, but it's broken up by Bandy. Bemis intercepts. 17 to go, and time the enemy now of the gold team. Slap shot over the glove hand of Ferry. 10 seconds left. And that'll be that, it looks like. Schlegel with one last opportunity, but he's not going to be able to get a clean shot on net. And neither will Ryan Mickey. What a game it was, the Class-AA PIHL All-Star Game, and your score was Team Blue 7, Team Gold 5. Quite a show, Brian Mitchell.
Oh, absolutely, and it's always good. And I said I was excited to see this matchup, and it did not disappoint me at all. 5-7, 7-5 final for the blue team. And, well, I'm going to say this much. It was an honor to work with you, buddy. Good to see you again. We will work together, but we will bring Matt Popchock in for the next game. This was
Matt Geitka, you mean?
Matt Geitka, Popchock. This is my 7th game in 3 days. This is
I
the next one will be
empathize.
8,
I
so,
empathize.
yeah. So, Mr. Popchock, thank you again for coming on.
Thank you for having me. It's been a blast.
Matt Geitka will be on for the AAA matchup. I am Brian Mitchell. This was Matt Popchock. This was the PIHL AA All-Star Game. We will be back with the AAA game on the next page on berghockey.com. Take care, guys.